welcome back to Y&R For Life, where we talk about all things Y&R related. We talk about what's going on, my predictions, what I think is going to happen. We even talk about fashion on this show from time to time because I'm a big time fashion girl, so we got to spill the tea about that. If you're new to this channel, my question is, what took you so long to get here? And if you are returning, what's up? Long time no see. It's been a week. Um, a whole lot of, Dumas stuff, which we will get into, but I can't say much has changed since we've now learned who Dumas is, but we will get into that. Couple of disclaimers. If you don't want to know what's going on, you kind of want to get caught up on your own, this may not be what you want to see or hear, but I am so grateful that you are here. And if I happen to not mention something in particular, it could be because I plumb forgot, or it really just wasn't newsworthy, so I didn't bother mentioning it. It is what it is, nature of the beast. That's what I like to call it. And if you do like this type of content, you like what you see, you like what you hear, it would be so kind if you hit that like and subscribe, and also the bell notification so that you don't miss a single video that I post here on Y&R For Life. Well, what can I say about this week? Once again, whole lot of Dumas, aka now Kane. Can we cut out the whole Dumas story? Yay, we know who it is. Yay! And, we had maybe a snippet of Adam and Chelsea, a snippet of Claire, Holden, and Victoria, Nate, that kind of stuff. But we'll get into that. We're first going to talk about the whole Kane, everybody in Nice story. So like 3/4 of the cast in Nice, the rest remain in Genoa City. All right, beginning of the week, we saw Michael and Lauren show up. That was actually kind of funny because it was like, they're like, we hear voices. We hear voices. Well, what else did you hear? Of course it was voices. So it was Michael, Lauren, Abby, and Chance. And what cracked me up is that Lauren and Michael said they happened to get on the plane and Abby and Chance were on the plane. I'm like, no private jet here? Why was Abby flying commercial? I'm confused. Oh boy. Anyway, that was my little funny. Yeah, so they show up, and of course the four of them do not know that Kane is Dumas, but of course they were told. And now they're like, what's going on? What's his MO? We just don't get this. Why were we summoned here? Because basically Kane took the time to call Lauren and Michael and basically express, please come, please come. So they went to Nice as well. And we learn why Chance was invited because, didn't I say, like I feel like Chance is involved somehow? I still think there's maybe a little bit more to the story. However, we shall find out. Side note, this current Chance, as I said, at first I thought Billy Flynn, the new Kane, I thought he was replacing Chance because I knew he was supposed to be gone. But he is apparently going, but he's going to be moving into, follow the story here, he's going to be the new Chad Demira on Days of Our Lives. So he's replacing Billy Flynn's old character that he left, and now he's going to be replaced by him. That's apparently the story, and as far as I'm aware, you'll see both Chance, if you watch both shows, Chance and I guess Chad Demira being played by the same person. I guess it'll be like up into early 2026. I don't know, but whatever. Right now, this is who we got. All right. So there was a reason why Chance was summoned to come, and we will learn about that in a second. So yes, Michael, Lauren, Abby, Chance, they're there, and they find out that it's Kane. At this point in time, Kane's like bebopping around the place, he was talking to Victor. He was trying to get his like hooks into Lily. And Lily's like, "Oh no, I don't know you anymore. Like, you're crazy. You're delusional. I don't want nothing to do with you. You've lied." I mean, she just went and said whatever she needed to say to him. And quite frankly, I feel like down the line, Kane will somehow weasel his way back into, Lily's heartstrings. But that's yonder down the line. Again, just my thought process, all right? It is what it is. So yes, he's been bebopping around this whole little sanctuary of his and talking to whomever. He even talked to Phyllis. Actually, Phyllis spoke to him, and Phyllis was just kind of trying to plead her case and basically saying that she wants to run Chancellor, and she's like, go get him, Tiger. Go get Chancellor, basically, and I'll run it for you because, like, I got the chutzpah. I can do it. And meanwhile, Amanda was there at that whole meeting, and she was like aghast. So much so that Phyllis was like, "Yeah, I'll even hire Amanda, and she won't be a lawyer. She'll be like one of the executives." And Amanda again is like, "What?" And of course, Kane's like, "I really didn't know, Amanda, that you were like not liking your job." This is basically what he's saying. She's like, I have nothing to do with this, and yes, Phyllis is my friend, and she's just a little needy right now." And oh no, she said desperate, and Phyllis is like, "I'm not desperate. I'm not." You know what, Phyllis? I don't blame you. Yeah, you're a little cray cray right now because technically you are desperate, but like nobody has to know. They don't need to know. They're gonna know, but they don't need to know. So like, you can calm it down just a little bit. But yeah, so Amanda's basically like, yeah, she made me my friend, but this is all her. Got nothing to do with me. Chance, leave me out of it, Phyllis. No, 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 no. So yeah, so that was that with Phyllis. Again, Kane had already approached Victor wanting Chancellor, and he's basically saying, "Hey, here's my whole repertoire of all my businesses. Take it. I don't need it. All I want is Chancellor. Name your price." Victor's like, "Bah, bah, 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 bah. Nope, not happening." He's, "Oh, silly man." And he basically says, he took Nikki and Nick aside, which poor Abby, she was left out of that. And he was like, "Well, what do you think, Nikki? Like, this is what he said. What do you want to do?" And she's like, she basically was like, "No, Chancellor is mine. It's mine, and I'm gonna run it." Okay, Nikki, tell us how you really feel without telling us how you really feel. All right. Only Nick seems to have like a little bit of sense here, and he's like, "Look, Dad, I don't know what to tell you, but Kane has amassed a whole heck of a lot of wealth and businesses, and honestly, his whole, catalog of businesses would far outweigh Chancellor, like money wise, like huge. This is a huge investment that he would just be basically handing to you on a silver platter." And Victor's like, "No, no, 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 no." He told Nikki, he's like, "That's what I want to hear. Stand your ground," kind of thing. Nick's like, "Whatever, man. You do you." Nick had had a conversation with Kane and basically, gave him his little tough boy, like flames of fire on my shirt here. Like, it was like, "No, Kane, if you think you're gonna like take away Chancellor from my mom, well, basically there's hell to pay." Chance is like, not Chance, sorry. See, it's the two C's. Kane. He's like, "Kane, if you're gonna try and take it away from my mom, like, there's hell to pay, and you're not gonna have a very good day." Okay. I told you, Nick is like N on his chest. He's like the modern Superman. That's who Nick is. He's always trying to save the day. All right. Well, I don't know. Kane probably took that with like a minute grain of salt, and he was like, "I'm over it." He's like, yeah, I already said whatever to your father. Your father gave me his answer. Like, oh, okay, I'm moving on. And you know he's seething because he's got his little plans going on, right? As it pertains to Lily, once again, he's there still trying to put his little hooks into her. But then here comes Damien. Dum da da dum. Damien, who's there to save the day. We had one episode where I guess this is after Kane had his little conversation with Lily, and that didn't go very well. Lily couldn't sleep, so she went into, I guess, the main area of that little train car that they had. And Damien was like, oh, you couldn't sleep either. And they ended up playing cards, poker, and go fish. Oh, okay, well, that was boring. But what are you going to do? We know that they know how to play cards. Apparently, Lily is some sort of poker shark. And Damien is like king of go fish. I don't know. Whatever. So yeah, that was that. And at some point in time, Damien and Lily ended up on, I guess it was like on a deck. I'm assuming there was a swimming pool nearby, but it was like a deck, if you will, patio, whatever. And they were lying down having conversation on their little beach chairs. Kane had walked in, and it got to the point where he wanted to have a little conversation with Lily, and he's like, just give me 5 minutes. Damien's like, okay, fine, whatever. I'm going to go for a swim. But Lily, I'm right there if you need me. Lily's like, I'll be fine. So she's like, your 5 minutes starts right now. So, of course, Kane's trying to, I don't know, jimmy up his little story to, warm the corkles of her heart, if you will. But Lily's not buying it. I guess at some point Damien came back, and whatever Kane said to her, it just set her off, and she just lip locked Damien one time right there, man. And Damien's like, oh, okay, well then. Kane storms off because he's upset. And yeah, Damien's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I get it, Lily. Thanks for the kiss. And yeah, I appreciate that because Lord knows I've wanted to do that ever since I laid eyes on you. But I really assumed that that was for Buddy Boy Kane's benefit, right? So, of course, Lily looks flustered at this point, and she says, yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna tell you, like, I wanted to kiss you for a while now myself. So, okay, you two little school kids, whatever. It is what it is. You got that out of the way. Awkward, but you did. So yeah, that was Lily. Again, she's like so bewildered, but she wants to kind of hear more from Kane. One minute she wants to leave, the next minute she wants to stay, and of course, Devon's trying to basically let her see the light, but I think she's working on like a bit of a 5 watt, 5 bulb, like a 5 watt, 5 wattage in her brain, because it's like she can't get it, to click on nice and bright to say, this is not good. Leave. Say to yourself, Lily, just leave. It's not worth it. Anywho, let's segue just back to Genoa City for a minute, because in Genoa City we see Adam and Chelsea, their shining moment of the week, where basically Adam finds out that there's like some player, who's buying up properties all around, I guess and was it Chancellor? Or was it Jabot? I think it was Newman and Chancellor. I want to say they're two different buildings, but what do I know? So all these properties are being bought up by somebody, which they are assuming at this point must have some connection to Dumas. Because remember, they don't know that it's Kane, because there ain't no cell service. Towers are down, apparently. Kane's like, I can't control the weather. It is what it is. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, so Chelsea's like, well, anytime, somebody is, albeit circling, it's like a shark, it means that they're coming in for the kill. Bravo, Chelsea. Bravo, Adam. Because obviously Kane's doing this because he's trying to get to what he wants, which must be Lily and Chancellor, but I think somebody's supposed to get like bumped off this week. Who that would be? Would it be Chance? Because again, he's supposed to be leaving the show. I don't know. Oh, actually, side note, I think it actually might be Cole. So we'll leave Adam and Chelsea because this is what they were super sleuthing out. And we'll move to, still in Genoa City / Chicago, Cole, what's her name? Victoria, and what's the kid's name? See, I told you my short-term memory. It's not good. Claire. Okay. So basically, Claire and Victoria had come back to Genoa City. Now, I don't know how close Chicago is to Genoa City, but they were apparently in Chicago, which begs the question, why is Cole in Chicago? But he's in Chicago, laid up in some hospital room, and Claire and Victoria came home to get some fresh clothes, if you will, take a breather in order to be able to go back, because apparently he was sleeping peacefully when they left. How long do you expect the man to be sleeping? Just curious. All right, so they come back home. Esther's giving them like some strong tea, and both of them look like they're getting ready to pass out. So apparently, and I'm never going to say the correct term of the illness that Cole has been diagnosed with. Was it Logensen's disease? Something like that. But it's a form of pneumonia, right? And it's very deadly. That's what they say. So apparently he has this, and they are like losing their noodle over it. Rightfully so. And yeah, so much so that Claire storms out because she needs a breather, and she ends up in the park hyperventilating. Like she's she can't calm down. And who ends up running up to her rescue? Holden, shirtless. He's taking a leisurely jog at night, and he helps her calm herself down. And eventually they go and have drinks at society. Drink of choice, Vesper. Victoria is still at the coffee house, and Nate runs into her, if you will. They have their little conversation reminiscing about when he worked at Newman, and I guess their little relationship together, which once again, here's prediction. I need a bell for that. Ding! She will end up back with Nate. Follow the story here. She'll end up back with Nate because Audra, her little crazy self, her whole little plan is gonna go up in smoke. It's not gonna work. And even if it doesn't, for whatever reason, Nate will find out, and he's gonna want nothing to do with her. So her little rise to fame, if you will, with Vibrante is not gonna go far. Just saying. So then, assuming Cole pops off, because this week apparently, her Victoria and Claire are supposed to meet with him, and he's like, I'm so glad to know that you're here, that you came in time. Claire's like, for what? And again, this is a spoiler, and he's like, for us to say our goodbyes, because this guy is like, he's at death's door. That's where he is, and that's where Cole is. And yeah, so I feel that once again, Victoria is going to now be by herself again, which will now pave the way for Nathaniel to come to her rescue. And that'll be that. Claire, on the other hand, she will find her way to Holden. I've made that prediction already, and I'm going to stick with it because Kyle, he's acting real crazy. So let's go right back to Nice. So when I'm saying that Kyle's acting crazy, I'm not kidding. This guy is at the, I guess the pool area, if you will. We don't see the pool. We just see people come out wet. All right. He's at the pool area. He's doing his little push-ups. Sally and Audra walk in. Audra's like, he's all buff. He's all glistening. And she's just like, yeah, something looks good around here. And Sally's like, oh, oh my. Yeah, so basically, Audra's little plan in her brain to capture Kyle in his little not so stellar moment, because that's what Victor wants in order for Kyle to rid himself of Victor's granddaughter. She's like, in her mind, it's like, plan of attack, let's go, let's do this, in motion. She comes out, somewhat scantily clad, and it was this whole thing about she's using Jabot's sunscreen. And she's like, it's top of the line, it's been number one, so I'm not gonna knock it, blah, blah, blah. So she asked Kyle to put some of the sunscreen on. Look, woman, put the sunscreen on yourself. And there's Kyle. Okay, so as the story goes, because Diane's like, looky here, son, I don't like what's going on with you and Audra. This woman is up to no good, and I don't like it. And I don't see how you can't see what is going on, son. And he's like, well, Mom, you know what? I actually do know that there's something going on, and it's funny to me, ha ha ha, to watch her and Victor exchange their little silly little glares. And of course, Diane's like, well, why would you fall? Why would you fall? He's like, I just, it's funny to me, whatever. He's like, I'll play along, whatever. I'm thinking, okay, in a world of people with phones, taking video footage, whatever, like, Kyle, even if you know what's going on and you just want to play the game, people can misinterpret videos and stuff very easily. You know what I mean? Like, it can happen where it looks like you're doing something, but you're not really doing it. Just saying. So then it'll somehow leak out, whether it be through social media and Claire sees it, or sent directly to Claire and she sees it. Kyle, no, you're way over your head on this one. I'm just saying. So of course, Sally counsels Audra, and she's like, Audra, what is going on? And she's like, oh no, nothing, it's okay. Man, even Damien was hot on Audra's tail. Like, what is going on with you and Kyle Abbott? Meanwhile, Audra's like, what's going on with you and Lily? Looks like there's some sparks going on there. Okay, Audra, shut it. Like, you're more, Damien is never, again, I'm not sticking up for the guy per se, but he has never sat back and not shown that he has the hots for Lily. Like, he hasn't. He's made this abundantly clear from Jump Street. You, on the other hand, shady. You are shady. So, yeah, basically, Damien told her, I got my eye on you, sister friend. And whatever you think you're going to try and do, yeah, you're not going to hurt my half-brother, right? Because as much as I didn't really like the idea of having a half-sibling, I'm cool with it now. You know what? And we've come a long way. So no, I'm gonna be watching you like a hawk. So of course, Audra's sitting there like, oh, oh, oh. So I don't know. I'm gonna say, because again, there was everything was kind of condensed. I should mention that at some point in time, because I'm jumping back and forth, but at some point in time, Kane had taken Chance aside. This is why I mess up their names. Kane had taken Chance aside. This is after he got there, and basically said, I want to talk to you as a police detective or whatever. He's like, because I have reason to believe that there's going to be like a hit out on me by the end of the week. So somebody's trying to kill him. Kane, okay, if somebody's trying to kill you, it's because you probably try to set it up yourself. Just saying. Like, you probably just booby trapped yourself, paid somebody off. And who would you have paid off? Spoiler alert, I'm going to say Holden. I'm just saying. Because by the end of the week, Kane, unbeknownst to everybody, only Amanda knows, this guy jumped ship and went to Genoa City and said he'd be gone for, I think, 2 days. And for Amanda to keep everybody preoccupied and like they can't go nowhere. So you see, it's a nice setup, right? This is like a whole murder mystery, which will probably be fun to watch, but we shall see. We did back to Phyllis. I will say I loved her attire, her dress. That it was like a orangey floral type. I think it was floral, or was it abstract? Whatever. It was that orange outfit. The green one was nice too, but I want to say the orange one. That was on point. Loved it. She's, again, poor thing. She's grasping at straws. Her and Sharon had their little feel-good moment where they were like, let's be friends. Like, it was a whole Teddy Ruxpin moment. And basically Sharon was like, I think you're crazy to try and pursue something concerning Kane. It can't be good. So I don't know why you're doing it, but okay, you must know. Let's move it along. As it pertains to another set of fashion, Lauren, what the dickens was going on with your outfit? That little reptilian looking thing that you were wearing, not good. No, 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 no. And Michael's jacket looked like it was a couple sizes too big. No, you're a lawyer. It couldn't have been tailored. That didn't look good. I did like all the whole white ensemble. That jacket threw me right off. And Nikki, oh my word, what was going on with her hair? That little wispy thing with the headband as well. I was like, it was curved here, wispy here, and then a headband right back here. Oh no! Even my daughter was again like, oh. Mom, what's going on with Nikki's hair? I'm like, oh no, that does not look good. Even the outfit she was wearing with that hair, not good. No, no. But yeah, it was a bit of a funny week. I want to say the funniest line came from Devon twice. I can't quite remember the second one, but the first one was when he said something about, let's find creepy Carter. Sorry. Let's find creepy Carter and let's get out of here. Oh boy. Oh. So Devon, you get the award for the funniest line of this week. Creepy Carter. Okay. So that was pretty much it, guys. I mean, honestly, it was Kane dipsy doodling around the place, bebopping around, talking to this person, that person, talking to Amanda. Again, Amanda's at this point, she is watching the whole thing from the chair that he was in while he was watching. Okay, before we go, I'm just going to say maybe one other prediction. I think that Amanda is trying to get her hooks into Kane. Word on the street was that her and Kane were married, but I don't believe that one bit. However, I do feel that she wants a bit of the key to the kingdom, and I can't wrong her. Mm-mm. But that was probably about it. So again, folks, we will see what happens. We'll check out this week. And yeah, you know what? It's all good in Genoa City and Nice, right? Okay, if you stuck around to the end of this video, I am so, so grateful. You know I love you lots. I really appreciate your time. You know what? I just love doing what I do in order to kind of just take a break from all the seriousness of life, you know, and this is my outlet to do it, right? So we'll see what happens. So again, if you like this type of content, you like what you see, you like what you hear, it would be so kind if you hit that like and subscribe and also the bell notification. And we'll see what happens in Nice again. See if there is a hit out on Kane. Who knows? So you take care, guys, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye.